In Activity 4, Rock Races, students investigate another factor affecting erosion caused by moving water, the size of the particles being carried by the water. They measure, record, and compare the rates at which different sized particles settle in water. You will need the following materials from the kit: Activity Sheet 4, labels, plastic tubes, caps for tubes, 1 tablespoon measuring spoons, 1 liter containers, gravel, sand, clay soil, and potting soil. You will also need to provide stopwatch or other timepiece that indicates seconds, and tap water. To prepare for the activity, make a copy of Activity Sheet 4 for each student. Open the 4 bags of material and place them at a distribution station. Place a measuring spoon next to each bag. Fill 4 containers with tap water and place them at the station as well. Each team of 2 will need a plastic tube, a cap for the tube, a label, a stopwatch, 1 tablespoon of one of the 4 materials, and some tap water. To begin the activity, explain to the students that a particle is a small piece of a material and that particle size varies. Explain that a particle's size and weight will help determine where, along a stream bed or riverbed, the particle will settle to the bottom. This process of material settling to the bottom is called deposition. Ask students, how do you think the size and weight of particles in a stream affect where the particles settle out? Many students may say that larger particles will settle out before smaller particles will. Inform the students that they will discover how particle size relates to rate of deposition. Next, explain that there are 4 types of materials to be tested. Each team will add only 1 material to their tube and label the tube with the name of the material. Then teams will swap tubes so that everyone has a chance to experiment with all 4 materials. Distribute the materials to each team of 2. Have students come up to the distribution station and put 1 tablespoon of one kind of material into a tube, fill it with water, and place the cap on the tube. Instruct students to label the tube with the type of material, and then hold the tube still to allow the particles of material to settle to the bottom. Explain to teams that they are experimenting to find out how long it takes each type of material to settle and which materials settle faster or slower than others. Instruct one team member to shake the tube gently until the material inside is distributed throughout the water. Then set the tube down and say "go," at which time the other team member starts timing. When the particles have settled to the bottom of the tube, stop timing. Students will record the amount of time required for the particles in the tube to settle on Activity Sheet 4. Have each team repeat the procedure and record the results in the Trial 2 row on the activity sheet. Teams should then swap tubes and conduct 2 trials with a different soil type. Continue in this way until every team has experimented with and recorded results from all 4 materials. Then, explain to the class that this activity illustrates the variations in the settling rates of different sized particles in water that is not moving. Ask students, what do you think would happen to a piece of gravel and a grain of sand if you drop them at the same time into a fast-moving stream or river? Students should understand both particles would be carried downstream, but that the piece of gravel would settle to the bottom before the grain of sand. Finally, ask students what conditions, other than particle size and weight, help determine the deposition of sediment along a river or stream. Encourage responses that include the shape or contour of the stream bed and the speed of the water. To conclude the activity, save 4 of the tubes, each containing a different material, for use in Activity 9. Discard the water and dump the contents of the other tubes outdoors. Rinse and air dry the tubes, measuring spoons, and caps. Return them along with the 1-liter containers and the bags of soil, sand, and gravel to the kit. For science background, reinforcement activities, curriculum connections, and information about the Delta Science Reader, please consult your DSM Teacher's Guide.